Yo, Seraph. So, I am sun drunk. You know that certain type of relaxed you get in the evening after getting cooked in the sun? Even though I had a lot of sunscreen on, and I didn't get sunburned or anything, so, I mean, it's not like that. But I was in the sun all day. Well, it felt like all day. All midday, really, on that kayak, on the lake. Oh, what an experience. So much fun. But I call it sun drunk because I'm just so spent. Lazy. Right. Oh, Seraph, yes. I mean, I did. I took a nap. I was back home at like 5:45. I slept until about 6:15. 30 minutes. Dinar, no. No, I wasn't fishing. I wasn't intending on going to the lake. I was intending on going to the stream, or the Cuyahoga River stream part. And there's fish in there, but there's a lot of overhang, and every time I go, I get my rod caught, and it's more of a battle than it is enjoyable. But I went down there and it was just absolutely packed. Like there was nowhere to park. And I go down there to get away from people, right? So I pulled in, decided against it, and went over to the reservoir. And there's always a lot of Amish over at the reservoir. But they don't normally have boats. So I went over there. There was a lot of Amish, but I went out in the reservoir and pretty much had the whole thing to myself. Now I like fishing out of the reservoir. Obviously, you know, I don't need to tell you the benefits of being able to go out into the middle and just drop. Yeah, that's how I feel. The sun's just like black. Like I feel like I've been in the sun all day, which is good. Well, yeah, the mouth, like in Cleveland, yeah, that's the part that caught on fire, but the river itself goes south all the way to Akron, and then it hooks up north again, and it becomes like a small little stream. That's where I go kayaking, and that's where it's friggin' awesome. I would never go kayaking down in the part that caught on fire in Cleveland. Ugh. Gross. Like in the shipping channel and shit? Ew. No, no, no. Not even now would I do that. Right, right. Now, I don't blame you for thinking that, because when people hear a Cuyahoga River, yeah, they hear river fire. Yeah, that's very common, so you don't feel bad at all. Like when I first discovered that, I was like, "Oh, is this the same one?" Yeah, it's the same river technically, but it's a whole different landscape. Like this is more of a stream at this point.
Get ready.
And the reservoir is actually a part of the river. The reservoir is owned by Akron as a water supply, but they lease it out to the metro parks and let people kayak on it. It's a good time. Fish and everything else.
Checkpoint.
See if I can do better outrunning this evening than I did this morning. It wasn't bad this morning. I was definitely trying to force the issue. Oh, that stinks. Like I had the right play and everything and just accelerated a little too early. Think about that. Like, just think about how
Checkpoint.
a river could be so friggin' polluted. With stuff that's not water, right? That it could catch on fire. The Industrial Revolution, baby.
Checkpoint.
I mean, they've dredged it and everything else down there. I mean, I don't know if it's still considered a Superfund site, but like there's parks all along it now. I know people do go kayaking down there, but I wouldn't. Just like I know people who go into Lake Erie and swim. Just like I wouldn't. Not anymore, no. I have in my lifetime, sure. Many times. I wouldn't do it anymore.
Checkpoint.
Darn it. Well, much like anything, there's nuance to it. And people typically do not mind regulation until it directly affects their wallet. And I'm not going to say I know much about anything about it, but I do know what the EPA does and how they operate and how they work slowly. And
Congratulations.
it's probably rather nuanced, unfortunately. I do know they, like, when they created the photo book to push Congress to create the EPA, I believe under Nixon, they did use the Cuyahoga Valley as one of those pictures to really put visual to the pollution happening. Fish caught in Lake Erie is basically not safe to eat. Yeah, I mean, it's probably, you know, honestly, with how that things operate, it's probably not much more unhealthy than fish you'll find in any waterway used for transportation. But I do like myself some Lake Erie perch. You just have to limit yourself. You know how they say about the mercury intake and everything else. Well, I just assume that, you know, what I'm eating here is definitely not good for me, so I'm going to enjoy it while I eat it. I really do like Lake Erie perch sandwiches, but, you know, one of those things. Well aware of the risk, I suppose. Well, see, through today's lens, it's completely asinine, right? However, back then, it was not nearly as polarized. So much so that something needed done, and it got done. And that's the real unfortunate truth. Because the EPA needed founded. Like this isn't like news to anybody.
Get ready.
It was not a good place.
Get ready.
But unfortunately, things nowadays, it doesn't matter what it is, what industry it comes from, if it's politics or not. It might be government. It might not be. Like, we're talking everything.
Checkpoint.
Nothing is done in good faith. Ever. When anything is speaking in a public way through PR, it's never authentic and it's never in good faith. So people out there want these regulations removed because the EPA is making these companies do expensive changes to their operations to reduce pollution, and these companies raise prices because of it, right? And then they will weaponize the EPA. Oh, well, the government's making you do that. Well, I mean, which is technically true, right? But what they're not telling you is that this rule was, written back in 1984, and everything just, it's a staircase. And yeah, now, everything is, needs to happen now because of this rule, that, we gave you so much time to do it, and here you go. So that's earlier what I was talking about with like the nuance, how yes, you can get people actually wanting these regulations removed because in a way they believe that getting these regulations removed will make their shit cheaper, which it won't. Come on, everybody knows, well, not everybody, but if you think about it for a second, it's not gonna get cheaper. Come on. So, but in today's society and information age, or I don't even know what you want to call it anymore, just nothing is done in good faith. Everything is twisted and manipulated and half represented, like there's books and books and books written on how it's done. Edward Bernays. Yeah, I think that's the individual we can thank for this.
Checkpoint.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Pretty good run there, actually. 505-18. Corporate speak, politics, they all use it. It's all PR. It's all bullshit. That's what's so frustrating. You know, and it's really frustrating because when you talk about how it's like the media and it's everywhere, you know, you start sounding like Alex Jones. But really, like, that is a huge weapon. Yo, Gooby, thank you. Oh, rating with a party of 4. Thanks, Gooby. And HOAs, ugh. I don't know how anybody could deal with that.
Get ready.
It has been a while. Everything is well and same. Hope everything's well for you. Now with the HOAs, like, look, again, there's nuance to that as well. As far as keeping property values where they need to be, to make sure your purchase is an investment, they are required. And a good HOA will do a good job of that as well. But again, there's HOAs on steroids, and those don't look to be a lot of fun. And those are the ones I'm, you know, thinking about and referring to. The ones out there measuring mailbox height, you know?
Checkpoint.
Now, if you're paying a, you know, good amount of money, and the last thing you want is the neighbor across the street to be having a vehicle collection in their yard. Right, I mean, you want certain things to be enforceable. A good HOA and oxymoron? I don't know.
Checkpoint.
I suppose that if the HOA is relaxed in enforcement, or rather only writes rules about things that, you know, actually affect property values. Like, yeah, I mean, they, you know, for example, somebody moves in the neighborhood and everything's fine, you know, no problems. Then all of a sudden, you know, 6 vehicles, you know, start collecting themselves around the house, and they're leaking fluids everywhere, and well, the HOA, I suppose, could make sure that type of situation never happens.
Checkpoint.
Now, especially if you're in an unincorporated area, which may not have bylaws to remove such things. I suppose an HOA could be beneficial. But in most situations, I would say no, they're not. They're a waste of money and freedoms and whatever else, but I suppose they exist for a reason, right? I mean, they have to be desirable in some way.
Checkpoint.
Oh. Not as fast. If you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. Sir, if you're quoting Futurama, that episode is awesome. From what I found is most people that are on an HOA board are power hungry and very narcissistic. Well, yes, unfortunately, yep, that type of situation just attracts that type of individual, you know? Like it. You know, meanwhile, so-and-so's just trying to move on, you know, live their life. They have a job, responsibilities, this, that, and the other thing. It always seems like that HOA person does nothing but worry about HOA stuff. Well, just imagine that, you know? Oh, your yard is 3 millimeters too long. Meanwhile, you're like, it rained yesterday. What do you want me to do? I worked 6 days this week, and it rained yesterday. And now you're fining me $50.
Get ready. Get ready.
You know, one of those things I always thought about in my head, as far as like mashups of ideas. It's funny because I never really played any MMOs, like Warcraft or anything. Not my thing, but I thought Futurama would just be the absolute perfect setting for one. I mean, you can go to Omicron Persei 8 and 7 and 6, 5. Visit them all. Who cares? You know? Man. Losing all that speed sucks. Lost up to 2 seconds there. Ah, yeah, that one kind of killed it too. Probably a 59 with the off-roading.
Checkpoint.
Yeah. Right. And here I am in a sports car doing the same thing. There wasn't traction control back then. This time it's not even traffic's fault, it's just me.
Get ready.
Right. Oh, most definitely. It's not like it's an Audi either. No Quattro there.
Checkpoint.
'58. I'm pretty sure it's a 58. Let's see.
Checkpoint.
Yep. Getting real good at kind of calling my speed here. What? So frustrating. '59.
Checkpoint.
58. Woo! I'm not so sure that was fast, but if it's anywhere near a 60, I'll be happy. 61, 62. 63. Meh. Cornfield. Truck, you know. Hello? Psh, snowballs. That was a situation where, yeah, I mean, I just get knocked off my rail, you know, and, well. That one didn't stand a chance anyway. At best, that was going to be like a 5-10. Absolute best. Such a great soundtrack. Oh. Snuck into the top 20. Yeah. Even the remixed,
Get ready.
Last Wave. So good. So it's Sunday night. Everyone get on a level, your level, whatever level you like. Whether that level comes from a beer can or a doobie. Find yourself and get there. Don't need any of that to get on a level? Ah, well, sit back, enjoy yourself. I am envious.
Checkpoint.
Car on the outside. I had to slow her down a little more than I wanted to, and this is not a good spot to be in. Again, had to really slow her down there. Cars on the inside, kind of preventing me from taking the line I wanted. Should still be a 58.
Checkpoint.
Yep. Oh. $58. It's not a 57. Oh, come on, man.
Checkpoint.
Bruh. Of course.
Get ready. Get ready.
Dance party. Yeah. Join our dance party. Outrun dance party.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
All right. Traffic kind of hanging around. I hit the outside sand. Nothing terrible. This is bad. There are cars on the inside. It's really difficult to tell one turn from the next here. Still kind of do it in a fly-by-night sort of situation. Most of the time, because you have to be so fluid in that level.
Checkpoint.
yeah, I just really want to get A out of the way. A is my least favorite goal. It has everything to do with the sand. And 4 is no fun either. 3 and 4 are just back to back. 5 here. 5 is a lot of fun.
Congratulations.
But yeah, I'm sun drunk. I'm not playing very well, and I'm not so sure I have much more to give today other than to sit here with my mouth hanging open. I want to watch someone else stream. Why did it not work? Let's try again. Use the button. Didn't work the way I wanted it to. Yeah, we're gonna go over to Grimshins. Wherever you are, have a great night, morning, day, or evening. This week, more Sega. More Sega crew, Sega-thon practice, so the schedule will be good. There's going to be a good rotation of games. As always, there will be more Outrun. Bye.